Okay, so I'll clean up these reference planes again. Okay, so now that you've got those 4 marks in those 4 corners there, the next thing I'm going to do is, with the section line that you've got there, rotate it round 90 degrees. Okay, move it into place along one edge in that direction. Okay, so I'm just going to do the same thing that we've done before. I'll open up the section plane. Okay, now we'll work on this edge first, I think. Just take that line there, that's the 2 in 3 slope, and move the 2 in 3 slope across here, or redraw it again if you like. Leaving a reference plane where the bottom of the embankment would touch natural ground. Going back over the other side, here we've got cut happening, so I'm going to move this 1 in 1 slope that's suitable for cut to there, and leave a reference plane behind at that slope. Okay, so there's the 2 reference planes there. If I open up my site plan now, I can take a copy of this circle and let that mark the top of the embankment there, and at the same time leave another copy of that to let this mark the bottom of the embankment down on the fill. So it's a bit repetitive, it's the same thing again, but you'll get the idea if I'll leave the video running so you can see this repetitive again. It's good in this situation. So on this side, I'm opening up the section. Okay, I'll do the cut on this side by moving that 1 in 1 slope across to the edge of the platform, leaving a reference plane behind where it touches. Oh look, I can see I forgot to do that again. Delete your old reference planes, they're going to get confusing if you leave them in. So I'll leave a reference plane at that point, and a reference plane over the other side to mark the bottom of the embankment, but I'll have to move this embankment in place first. That comes from there. There's the embankment. Leave a reference plane so you can mark where the bottom of the embankment hits natural ground. Get it right. It has to be vertical reference plane, by the way. Okay, so we open up the site plane, and these should be the last 2 marks that we have to put in place. So I'll just copy. There. Okay, and another copy up the top here to mark the top of the cut. Okay, so I'll clean this up a little bit now. I'll delete the section line, I'll delete the reference planes, and I've got these marks now which indicate the bottom of the fill embankment and the top of the cut embankment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to split the surface up. So split surface, click on the outside topography, make sure you pick a contour line towards the outside. Okay, and I'm going to start splitting that surface. I'm in line already, so I'm going to start splitting that surface from this intersection of this special contour line that we put in here. Remember, we put that 409.9 contour line. That's where there's neither any cut or any fill. That's the cut fill line. So the embankment starts from having no embankment at that point. Hover and make sure you get nearest happen. It's most important. Then scroll down here, and we want to go to the centre of that circle because that's the mark that we left in place. So the best way of getting that is to type SC for snap to centre, then touch the circle. Now escape out of that, type SC again for snap to centre, and start the line again there. And over here, SC snap to centre, and take it to there and escape. Snap to centre from that point, and then come back and close up at the 409.9 metre contour line, but wait till you see nearest. It must be touching the line. Escape out of that and trim. And now that you've trimmed up, you can click the tick. And that has split that topography for you. Now that you've split the topography, remember before you do graded region, you must select that topography. Now make sure you're selecting it on the inside, like I've just done there, and then change that to those topography's properties to phase created existing. Okay, now that that's phase created existing, we can escape and do a graded region. on the Massing and Site toolbar. Select the bottom option because that's going to give you fewer points to work with. Okay, now make sure you select inside this little piece of topography, and that's given you all these points to change the value of. At the moment, all of those points are at natural ground. Have a think about this. I'm going to go to Modify, and I'm going to try and very carefully only select the points by putting a window like that. I'm very carefully trying to only select the points up at the platform level. Now, just zoom in and make sure you haven't got any of these other ones down here. Now, I haven't got those. I've got these ones here though. A bit difficult to see sometimes, but I'm going to zoom up through here, and there's a few that I've got too many there. So I need to hold my Shift key down and select again to deselect those points. And I can see as I've done that, I've unselected one of them that I should have had here. So I'll need to hold my Control key down and reselect that point. So let me explain to you what I've done now. I've very carefully selected only the points against the platform. Now at the moment, they all have a different RL, a different point level that would equal natural ground. While they are selected, if I change their level to 409,900 and press enter, that has now moved all of those points up to the platform level, while it's left all of these points down at natural ground. Hence, I've created an embankment. So I've navigated away from the menu again, so look for the green, click on the green, click the tick, and we can go to a 3D view to have a look at the embankment that you've created. Okay, so I'll stop the video at that point, and we'll finish off by doing the embankment up at the cut area.